All right, guys, welcome back into another NFL DFS video. My name's Polzin. Going to be touching on the top 5 core plays here for FanDuel. I'm going to go position by position, quarterback, 2 running backs, and 2 receivers, leaving out the tight ends. So let's get into it. Starting at the quarterback position, we got Trevor Lawrence going against the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are just a bad pass defense. He should be able to go off and have a great game. He is the lowest priced quarterback that I think will have the highest ceiling. Okay, so he could easily go off and break this slate. We've seen him go for 24 and 20 FanDuel points the last 2 weeks, and now he gets a much better matchup. And if you look at Baltimore, the way that game ended and kind of just the way he played in that game, that really seemed like a big momentum game for him because he had been a frustrating quarterback to the point where like he was just making these small little mistakes. Obviously, he has everything in his arsenal. He just needed to put that all together. And last week, that was pretty much it. So I think that'll be a big momentum thing. And he could even go off and have his best game really of his career against Detroit this week. So I think the top running back play, considering price point, if the injury news holds up, it's going to be Jaylen Warren at 5K on FanDuel. It's going to be tough to pass up on him. He might be chalky, but that is chalk I am willing to eat. He is someone that has looked really good thus far this season in a minimum workload. When he was getting a big workload in the preseason, looked like a stud. And as it sits right now, he was a full participant, so we can think that he is going to play. And then Najee Harris actually sat out the most recent practice as well. So I'm under the assumption that Najee Harris will sit and Jaylen Warren will start. Thus, Jaylen Warren is going to be a great play. I didn't even mention the matchup, but the matchup is great. It's a top 10 matchup this week. Then I would say easily the top play on the slate is going to be Nick Chubb, but he's also priced that way. Nick Chubb is the top play this week, just given the fact that the opportunities are going to be there for him in this matchup against Houston. Just the easiest matchup on the slate going against Houston. They're giving up the most points to opposing running backs, rush yards, touchdowns, you name it, they're poor at it. Nick Chubb should be able to go off and have a good game. The only weird thing that could happen is kind of the narrative of the game with Deshaun Watson most likely back. All that weird stuff that could potentially mean something. I don't think it will. I think Nick Chubb is going to be a stellar play for you this week, especially on FanDuel as well, where the receptions aren't as key. And then looking at Christian Watson, now we have to wait and see if Romeo Doubs is going to be active. And if he is, that might hurt Christian Watson a little bit. But guys, for the 3 games that he has been active and played a full game and not injured at all, he has went off. And those have been the last 3 games. 6 targets the last 2 weeks, 8 targets the week before that, over 100 receiving yards in 2 of those games, and he's had 6 touchdowns in those games. Now, yes, that is due to regress, but I don't think that's going to happen this week against the Chicago Bears. Aaron Rodgers looking like he could be back, and we know Aaron Rodgers gets geared up to play against the Chicago Bears. I think Christian Watson going against the Chicago Bears, a defense that has been poor lately, he should be able to go off and have another great game. So I still think this is too low of a price point for Christian Watson this week. And then the last play is going to be another kind of price point play. We got DJ Chark. And the reason I like DJ Chark, especially more on FanDuel, is because I think he has the second best likelihood to score a touchdown in that Detroit Lions offense. Obviously, it's number 1 Jamal Williams. I guess you could argue Jared Goff could do a QB sneak or Swift could get a touchdown as well. But the likelihood of Chark scoring a touchdown is there. He is a big-bodied receiver, and he hasn't played that many full games. Came back 2 weeks ago against New York, played about 20% of the snaps, and then last week came out and played 75% of the snaps. I think that number will only go up. I think he's going to operate as the receiver number 2 like he did in week 1, where he also was able to score a touchdown. This is a very cheap price point. It is a little bit of a touchdown-dependent play, but I think this game could be a sneaky shootout. So DJ Chark, I think, is someone you should be going out of your way to play as a value, and you can be able to fit all the other studs into your builds. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. Remember, if you enjoy this coverage, make sure to like and subscribe. That helps me be able to put out more content for you guys. All right, let's have a good one. And as always, let's keep cashing.